chef here at the resort, and I'm going to do the next cooking demo. Alright, today I'm going to do 5 different items. I'm going to do let's start with the Sunchoke Soup. Some people don't even know what a Sunchoke is, so I will show you, and then we can taste it and you'll see. And I'm going to do the roasted pepper vinaigrette, which I'm going to use it for tonight's dinner, so you can ask for it. I'm going to do the stuffed pepper, and I'm going to do the taco seasoning. I'm going to put some turkey so you can taste it too. And then I'm going to do the pineapple, strawberry, and banana. That's one of the desserts where I drizzle the chocolate on the fruit. So it's really simple to do, but then you'll see how it's done. So let's start with the Sunchoke Soup. For those of you that don't know what a Sunchoke is, this is a Sunchoke. It's a root. It looks like a ginger, and it tastes like artichoke and potato. That's the flavor on this. I do put a little bit more artichoke when I make the soup, but it has a really good flavor. Right, so let's start with that.
Can you spell that?
Sunchoke, S-U-N...
C-H.
Yeah.
C-H.
C-U-N-C-H-O-K-E.
Artichoke.
I had it yesterday actually.
Sunchoke. Got it, okay. Brain is a little tired. Wasn't absorbing.
A lot of people don't know what it is. It's kind of
Right, I wrote it down there. I've never seen it.
They do hot dogs.
It's kind of hard to find it at the stores too. You know? Right, so let's start with that. Like I always save all the end cuts for my stack. I make a really good stack on, every day for the soups, and that's what makes a difference. Usually just rough chop it, because anyway you puree the soup. You can have it like chunky, but usually I separately puree. And usually, like I bring up the pot to certain temperature, don't overheat it. As you see, there's no oil or any spray on it, and that's what makes a difference on my soups and my meals too. Because I tend not to add any oil to my meals, because that add calories to the meals. So I always try, when I can, I avoid the oil. So you'll see that you can easily saute something without oil. I'll put like 5 cloves of garlic. I love garlic, so I don't know if you guys do, but I had a guess the other day when I was putting the garlic. I said, oh, that's too much garlic. See, some people don't like garlic. Alright, so it should be a little bit hot. Now we're going to put the onions. And you want to hear that sound, that sizzling sound, that's the key. You can see it's not sticking at all. You're sauteing the vegetables. And then you're going to deglaze the pot. Deglaze, I mean putting a little bit of water so you can get the flavor from the bottom of the pot. I use water so you can see the difference, the color. It's going to turn brown. But usually I use my stack. Better flavor. Of course, you do this with skin on. I strain it, I blend it, and I strain it. Of course, you wash them really well. Now we're going to glaze the pot. There we go. You see how you glaze the pot? All that brown is from the bottom, from sauteing the garlic and onion. You're getting all that flavor. So now we're gonna put the liquid. And also, yes, you know, you use vegetable or chicken stock. You can always make your own at home. It's always best. I know you can buy it at the store too if they have it in cans, in bags, but I don't like to do that because I don't know what they put in it. And you know, they have to put preservatives and all different kind of stuff in order for that item to be on the shelf. So I'd rather make my own. I base to a good stack is celery, onions, and carrots. To that you can put any thyme, basil, rosemary, whatever herb you like. Of course, if you want a chicken stack, you put a chicken in it. And you can freeze it. Freeze it in containers, 8-ounce containers like this. Or, you know, a bigger container, depends on how big your family is. And then, you know, when you're craving a soup, just take it out, saute some vegetables, take your stock, put it in the vegetables, and you turn it into a really good soup. Put a little bit of pasta, rice, make it a really good hearty meal, especially on winter days. That's what I usually do. You know, when you get something at 50, I get cold. I'm not used to the cold weather. It's like 45, 50, I'm freezing. I need to have a soup or something hot. That's the way I can probably survive in New York or in a cold state. Alright, so we're gonna let this cook. One. At this time we can put a little bit of seasoning. I do put a little bit of dry thyme. Salt and pepper, I put a little bit because we're gonna put the base. And I'm using the chicken base. This is the verde bouillon. It has the chicken flavor, but it has no animal product in it. All my soups are vegetarian.
There are a lot of sodium in that?
Yes. And that's one of the reasons I make my own stock. Because then, like, if the recipe calls for, like, I make 5 gallons of soup. Right. So if it calls for like four of these jars, I put only 2. But then I reduce the sodium. And that's the reason I tell you to make your own stock, because that way you can control it. This will give you flavor, but if you make a really good chicken stock, you don't need that flavor from the base. Remember, this has a lot of sodium, has a lot of ingredients that they have to put in it. And just think about, you know, the chicken flavor. I don't know how they do that. It tastes like chicken, but it has no animal product, so it has to have something weird in it. I don't know. All right. That's flavor. All right. In the meantime, we're gonna melt the chocolate for the fruit, and I will show you how the fruit's cut. It's the easy way. So we do like a double boiler on this. Regular pot, doesn't have to be like an expensive pot. Putting like about this much of water, just making a double boiler, that's what you're trying to do. Put a stainless steel bowl, stone top. Turn on your fire. Then this is about cup and a half, a little bit over a cup of chocolate chip, regular chocolate chips. And these are the semi-sweet. I use the Hershey's semi-sweet chocolate chips. You can use any other brand. As long as it's semi-sweet, it's good. They have better blocks of the French chocolates, better flavor, but you know, it's a little bit more pricey. I use this because I like the flavor. I'm not trying to sell you the brand either, so you can use any other brand. As long as it's semi-sweet. Alright, so we're going to have that melt in the soup. Fire on this. Alright, let's do the dressing in the meantime. That's what I like about the demos that I make the dressing right now, so I don't have to do it later and I take a longer break. I usually like take a half an hour walk after I do the demo, so I do a little exercise. Not too much like you, but a little bit. A little bit works for me. the artichokes in the soup. You can do that now. Remember that vegetable has a little bit of the artichoke flavor, but you put a little bit more of the artichoke. So you get a little bit more of that flavor in it.
Those are just a canned artichoke?
Yeah, these are canned. You can buy the fresh. It's really hard to peel those fresh ones. If I had to do that, I have to spend like a lot of time peeling those artichokes. But then the flavor is good. The flavor is really good. Like at my house, I probably do that. It's for like, it's me, but if I have to do it for any people, I'd be probably cutting my hands and poking my hand with those artichokes. Alright, so we start with onion. One onion, medium onion. We're going to do some roasted bell peppers. You can roast your own, or you can buy them already roasted, but make sure they don't have oil. In water, it's fine. You can just roast these peppers, just put them on the fire and make them really nice roast peppers. Right, so we're going to do the white balsamic, about a cup and a half. These are really good containers for your stock or for your dressings if you want to put them in the fridge or in the freezer. Like since this one doesn't have any fruit in it, it lasts probably like 3 or 4 days. I mean, a little 5 or 6, because it has no fruit. The ones with the fruit in it last a little less, like 3 days. Because the fruit starts to ferment. Alright, a cup and a half of the balsamic, white balsamic vinegar. Then we do a little bit of honey. About a quarter of a cup of the honey. That's just to break the vinegar. We don't want to make it too sweet. We just want to break the vinegar.
You may have said this earlier. What's the serving size that you're making right now?
This is probably enough for like 30 people. Like, yeah, remember that I only give you 1 ounce. So that's the serving size, and that's 40 calories, 40 to 50 calories on each serving. And that makes a difference. Especially when you're exercising, it's just really hard. I put pepper, salt and pepper, about half a teaspoon. Since I love garlic, I'm gonna put like 8 cloves of garlic, fresh garlic. And you'll see when you taste it, you're not gonna taste the garlic. Mixed with the peppers and onions, you won't even know the garlic is there. And garlic is really good for you. Alright, so this is the difference. See how much oil I'm putting? This is probably like 2 cups of liquid by a quarter of a cup of oil, canola oil. And like if I was making this dressing at another place, the places that I used to work, I'd be doing like 1 gallon of vinegar by 1 gallon of oil. So you can bind them, otherwise they'll break. And they usually break really easy. If you notice when you go to a restaurant, usually what they do, before they serve it, when it's broken dressing, they stir it. So by the time you get it on your table, you can see the leaves, you see the oil, like, that's not a good dressing. Usually that's how they do it. I don't do it. I used to do it like that, but I don't do it anymore. I learned my lesson. I don't want to. And when you start aging, you think about your health. Alright, I have the xanthan gum here, about a teaspoon. So you can do it right now, but I'm just going to show you the difference. Now, if I leave it like this for like half an hour to an hour, you see that it separates, it breaks, because he hasn't bind yet. See, it's kind of watery. It's a little bit like thick, but when I put this, it's gonna make it thicker, it's gonna bind everything, and it won't let it break. So we put like a little bit too much. So we're gonna put the set them down, and this is gonna keep it like this. It won't let it break. Now it's a dressing. Remember, this is a 20-ounce bowl, so we're gonna fill this up, and still I'm gonna have some left. So it's enough for like, I'd say like 30-35 people. And you can use this like if you wanna throw a party, like put some vegetables around as a dip. Better than the, usually the dips that they use, like the blue cheese or the other creamy dressings. Right, so I'm not gonna save this because this is my dressing for tonight. And you can taste it too. When I'm done, you can come over and taste it. All right, so now, let's see. We're gonna mix the spices. And usually these spices you can buy them already made, like, they sell those taco mix packets. I mean, me, I like to know what I put in my mixing, so I'd rather do it myself. All right, so we have all different kind of spices. We're gonna start with the paprika, then chili powder. We do some oregano, onion powder, garlic powder, cumin. Cumin I don't like to put that much. We're gonna do some chili flakes, a little spicy, then some black pepper, some salt, and I didn't put that much chili flakes because I don't like spicy food. A lot of people ask me, how come you don't like spicy food? But with me, I never liked spicy food. Not hot at all. Being Latino, not eating spicy food, I don't know. So we have now the mix. This way I kind of taste it. It's pretty good. Wow, it's spicy. It is for me. Alright, so we're going to do a little mixing with the taco mix so you can taste it. And I'm not kidding, I'm going to get some water.
Got a little kick.
Then when you taste it, you see it's not really that spicy, it's just me. Alright, so the soup should be ready. The way you can taste the vegetable when it's done is so you can, if you can cut it with a spoon, it's done. See, it's a little hard still. We're like a few minutes away. Alright, chopper, it's almost melted. Alright, let's do the mix for the pepper. We don't want over chocolate. Has to be just perfect. Alright, so we're gonna start with the turkey. Start with the turkey. Then we're gonna do some roasted peppers. This roasted pepper basically is for color presentation and a little bit of flavor too. The roasted peppers. And if you do this mix like a day before, it's even better. You know, it gets some more flavor and it gets more firm, so you can work it better. A little bit of onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder, salt and pepper, salt and pepper. Then we're going to do some raw oats. I'm using gluten-free, so everybody can have it. You can use it regular if you're not gluten. This is just oats. You can use regular oats. And you're using this instead of the breadcrumbs. If that wasn't, you know, like a regular meal, you'll be using like regular breadcrumbs. Now I'm going to use some of the egg mix. And I mean egg mix by, you know, like mixing, like, for instance, 1 gallon of cracked eggs by 1 gallon of egg whites. That's usually what I do for the omelet or something. So, and usually the ratio to this is 1 egg or 2 ounces of egg. 1 egg is equal 2 ounces, so that's what you use.
Can you repeat what's in the mix?
Like regular egg, like I crack it.
Yeah.
Or regular egg by like say for instance 1 cup of regular eggs by 1 cup of egg whites. Of course, you know, the egg mix has a little bit more flavor than the egg whites. Then you cut down on the cholesterol. That's the main thing. So we're gonna put some green onions. Better to do it like 1 day ahead, or at least the night before, because see that oats will absorb all the liquid, so it will make it firm. Then you can make some meatballs, some meatloaf from the same mix. It's the same recipe for all of those. It's just the shape. Then you can do like here I do it like I make sure like a 4 ounce ice cream scoop for the meatloaf. The reason I do that is, you know, meatloaf, you usually make a meatloaf, but if I were to do that, when I cut the middle part, and then you see your neighbor with the end cuts, you know, you'll see that there's a difference, and I will get in trouble. Because then, you know, they might be either one getting less or more than the other one. And that's one of the reasons I got 2 peppers this time. See? I got 1 big one, and I have 1 small one. Doesn't matter what size, it will have 4 ounces. Because usually when I serve it, sometimes the pepper is a little bigger or the pepper is a little smaller, but still have the same amount of the meat inside. And I believe me, I've been challenged before, like, how come that big pepper only has this little bit? Of course it's going to be like a little bit of meat on the bottom, but the pepper is big. So that's what makes the difference. And I try to cut it like, when I have a big one like this, I try to cut it like on half. It still looks big. Alright, so usually what I do, I cut the bottom part, then I just clean the inside. Get all the seeds out. Alright, once we have all all the seeds out and all the white. We have a pepper like this, and of course I get my ice cream scoop, 4 ounce, not a 2 ounce, and I don't do it with a spoon either, I have to do it with the scoop. So it has the same amount. Usually fill it like that, and then I put it in a pan like this. Put it in a pan, any pan that can go in the oven. You put a little bit of water, about an inch and a half of water, because you're just going to steam them, that's what's going to cook them. Once you put them like that, put the water, then cover them with plastic, and then with foil. The reason I cover them with plastic is to prevent the foil touching your food. And if you notice that maybe at your house, when you cover something like especially tomatoes or a pineapple that has a lot of acid, so when you uncover it, there's black spots on the foil. That's the metal that is on your food. So all that metal, you're eating all that metal. So this is why it's better always to, either cover your meals with plastic and even cook with plastic. Because then you might think, oh, the plastic is sticking to the meals. No, the plastic will stick to the foil. It will not stick to the meal. So that will make a difference. Right? So that's what makes a difference. Right? Right. Split this up. You can roast these peppers, on an open fire too. I don't know if you've ever done it like that. You can do it in the oven, you can do it on the grill, you can do it on the open fire. Just keep turning them and put them in a container, cover them, steam them, and then you peel them. It's really good. When I have some time, I usually do it back there instead of opening again. I like to do my own fresh peppers. This chopping is done. Soup is done too. Alright, so we're going to do the soup. We usually puree, and I usually use like an immersion blender, which is better. Because with this one it's a little dangerous. If you fill it up over half, that kind of explodes on you, and you don't want to be wearing that soup. Or sauce for that matter. Do it like this.
What kind of soup is that?
This is the Sunchoke Soup. Right? I don't want to fill it up too much. Like I said, I don't want to be wearing that soup. You should see the machine that I have back there. It's a huge machine that it will puree everything really fast. Take some extra precautions because I don't want to be wearing that soup. Make sure turkey or chicken is cooked all the way. You don't want to get sick from seminal. A lot of people each year get sick from seminal. During the cutting mode because I don't want the onion flavor of my pineapple or strawberry. taco. Of course, when I serve the tacos, I give you rice and I give you beans, so I kind of stretch the turkey. I just don't give you this turkey. Now we're going to cut it through. Usually I do pineapple, banana, and strawberry. Pineapple like this. When I do it, like even like if you want a party, I usually use the Incas like the decoration and make a display. I try to use everything. I try to be creative too. I kind of do carvings with fruits and make it look nice. Always make sure to get to all the bits from the pineapple. Now we're going to quarter the pineapple and get the heart out. Do it like this. Of course, I'm just going to use 1/4. I'll leave the rest myself. That's what I like about the lemons. I go barbarian. I have a face, The good thing about it, I don't have to measure my portion. Of course, I only use 2 slices for you. On each. But usually, if you want to do a fruit platter, just go like this. Put on a plate, like that, and just go like this. You can put some strawberries. You can put, mix the colors. It's kind of be creative, really fast. Then we do the strawberries. Then I use the smaller plates, so I don't use these big plates. Banana. Remember, presentation is always really important. So you gotta make sure it looks kind of nice. So once it looks like this, we put the chocolate. And this is something easy that you can do at home with just anything. Of course, if you have a piping bag, you can use a piping bag. It's better. That's what I usually use. But you can also use like a simple Ziploc bag. Where you do this, do it like this, and fold it in. That way, one person can do it. Otherwise, you'll need somebody else to hold it, and you'll put it in and where you hold it like this. You can do it with the spoon. Of course, it's going to take you longer. You can do it like I do. Usually grab the whole thing. Right? Once you have it like that, no, I'm not going to leave it this bag. I'm going to take it back.
Good idea.
That's what you wish for me to pass it around. That's not going to happen. Now you do like a little cut here. And usually use my glasses so I can see. Got a tiny corner. You can make it bigger or smaller. I like to make it smaller. And you just let gravity works. And you do like a spider web. pretty simple to do. So you have that. Shake your plate. Spicy. That's my presentation today.
Great.